Hey everybody, I'm Brian with Aromacup.com, and thank you guys as always for joining me here in my virtual coffee shop brought to you by Aromacup.com. I'm outside in the great outdoors today. Sometimes we like to set up shop outside, and it's starting to get a little bit cold. It's coming up on the fall here, and so we thought, why not show you guys how you can make hot cocoa using your Starbucks Verismo single-serve coffee machine. Now you may think this is crazy. You may say, yeah, but Brian, there are no Keffi pods for making hot cocoa for the Starbucks Verismo machine. At least there aren't at the making of this video. But that's okay. We're going to show you how you can make one of our favorite beverages, hot cocoa, making use of the Starbucks Verismo machine and just a couple other little extra things that you probably have in your at-home coffee shop. Let's dive in and show you how it's done. Now, there's only a couple things you're going to need in order to make your own hot cocoa with the Verismo machine. The first one is going to be a Keffi milk pod. Now these milk pods, you can purchase them separately from the cafe latte packs, which you can get for the Starbucks Verismo machine. This box is just milk pods. This is 2% milk fat powdered milk inside of these pods. You can buy a box of those, and this will let you get some nice hot milk out of your Starbucks Verismo machine. So let me show you the first thing we need to do with our pod. And the other thing you're going to need, by the way, is going to be some cocoa powder. I've got some Trader Joe's cocoa powder right here. You can use really anything that you like, but some good, strong cocoa powder is going to give you the best possible beverage. Now, first thing that we need to do is we need to prime our machine. Anytime that you turn your machine off or it turns itself off, you need to run a quick priming and rinse cycle. Take a small mug, place it underneath the brew basket, and then press the first button on the machine. This is just going to run a little bit of water through the machine. It's going to get all the innards nice and hot, and it's going to clean out any residual coffee that you may have left over from when you've used Keffi pods in the past. So it doesn't use up very much water, as you can see. You can set that aside, dump it in the sink, whatever. Now, we're going to take our Keffi milk pod and we're going to open up the brew lever on the top of the Verismo machine, pop in your milk pod, close it up. Make sure you're going to feel a little bit of pressure when you close that up. That means that you are puncturing that milk pod and getting it ready for brewing. Now place your mug underneath the brew station right here, and we are going to press the milk button. This is the third button down. Now the reason we're using the milk button is because it is simply meant only for usage with the Keffi milk pods. This applies a different amount of pressure to the pod and the proper temperature for the water in order to take that powdered milk and turn it back into the liquid that we all expect for milk. This is also going to give us the correct amount of pressure to get a little bit of froth going on with that milk. And that's nice really for pretty much any beverage that you might happen to be making, because it's really going to improve the flavor of your beverage. All right, so you can see how quickly that was done. Now, if you wanted a little bit more milk in your beverage, you could use a secondary Keffi pod. That just really depends on how much you want. You could also just add a little bit of hot water to this if you wanted to. You could empty that pod down into the pod collection holder and then run a little bit of hot water by selecting either the first button for espresso or the second for coffee. That'll just change the amount of water that you're going to put into the beverage. So depending on how strong you like your drink, you can adjust it in that way. But I'm just going to go ahead and use this one Keffi milk pod that I've brewed right here. Now I'm going to take some of my cocoa powder, and really now you can just add as much as you want. Usually at least a couple heaping teaspoons worth of cocoa is probably going to do you pretty good. You may want to use a little bit more. Add that in and then just go ahead and give it a good stir. Now again, depending on the type of cocoa powder that you're using, you may find that you need to add a little bit of sweetener to this or something like that. You could always use agave nectar, honey, sugar, Splenda, just about anything, whatever it is that you may like in your drink in order to get it to exactly the flavor that you're looking for. But right there is a quick and easy hot cocoa that you can make using just your Starbucks Verismo machine and a couple other things that you might have in your at-home coffee shop. And I personally love this. One of my personal favorite drinks, especially when it's starting to get cold outside. So there you go, guys. That is an Aromacup exclusive, how you can make your own hot cocoa using the Starbucks Verismo machine from Starbucks. Check out our other videos on this machine to find some more tips and tricks, and as always, enjoy your cup, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.